Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show. How is everyone out there? Are we ready to rock and roll as new season round one starts? Yes, today. Who's going to win in round one? Let's have a look at the footy here at Barry Charles Footy Show. First off, the first game of the round, we see the Eels versus the Storm at CommBank Stadium. Who will win on Thursday night footy? Well, obviously, the big news for Parramatta is Mitchell Moses signed up. So they've shored up him and Dylan Brown for long-term contracts. But are they both worth over $1 million? Time will tell. The Storm, well, obviously they've lost a lot of experience this year. Can they continue that? Can they continue to find new players, journeymen, young guns that Craig Bellamy is known for? Or will this be the year they'll miss the top 8? Looking at players to watch here, Jermaine Hopgood and Matt Dury. Be interesting to see if they go to the next level here at the Parramatta Eels. For me though, can Clint Gutherson, Mitchell Moses all come together with Josh Hodgson in the spine and take them to the premiership? I'm very much doubting they can do it. From my personal opinion, I think they're all solid players, but they're no star-studded player out of those four. So that's my question, whether they can go to the next level. Are they missing that Cleary type player or a Tedesco that will take them to the premiership level? So how do I see this game going? Well, I think the Melbourne Storm will just continue to just defend. And with the Hughes Munster factor, I think that'll be enough to still get them over the line. Melbourne Storm are perennial great starts to the season. They hardly ever lose in round one. So I'm expecting the Storm to go there and beat them by 6 points. But they have a very good forward pack, the Parramatta Eels, so don't count out Parramatta in this game. Let's look at Friday night football. Good old Warriors taking on the Knights. Some people might say this is a wooden spoon match for the season, but I don't think so for the Warriors' perspective. The Knights, I'm not sure if Adam O'Brien will last this season. But obviously the Warriors have made some recruits. Nickel Clockstead, there's probably a loss compared to Reece Walsh, to be honest, but it's still a solid signing. To Marty Martin and Luke Metcalf, who will end up being the number 6 long term. Or will Sean Johnson get dropped? Will Sean Johnson deliver? He's obviously a real key for the Warriors this season if they're going to have any hope, but we know most of the time he just doesn't deliver. Also, obviously, Niokore, Barney, they bring a hard edge to this club. And with the likes of Fanua Blake and Tohu Harris, this team could be a surprise packer for the top 8. Just whether or not the backline can deliver enough consistently. The forward pack should be good enough to beat most teams. It's just whether or not the backline can finish off the place. If we look at the Knights, Dane Gagai is out. Adam O'Brien's signed Lockie Miller. Can he deliver at fullback? And Kalen Ponga play 6? A lot of people are debating whether he can even play 6. So that is a question mark there. And obviously Dominic Young signing a year out to go to the Roosters. Will he just die off this season? Will he be trying hard? He played good for England, yes, but will he bring that back to Newcastle? That's what they're hoping for. I'm very concerned for the Knights this season, to be honest. Obviously, Adam Elliott's a good signing as well. But to me, I'm going to... And obviously, Jackson Hastings could be a good signing, but we never know with him. But I'm going to say the Warriors by 12 in Wellington. Next game up on Friday Night Footy, Penrith Panthers and the Brisbane Broncos at Bluebet Stadium. To be honest, will the World Cup challenge be a hangover, or will they re-galvanise themselves after their loss and come up with a big performance? Epi Coruscant and Viliami Kickout gone. I think also with Charlie Staines and Sean O'Sullivan and a few others, the depth of this squad is probably not as strong as last year. And can Sonny Luke be the player to take up Coruscant's place in Luke Garner? That is the question mark there. What can Mitch Kenny do? Can he improve his game to go to another level? That's my concern for you Penrith fans. The Broncos, obviously no Reece Walsh for this game. Kevin Walters, I don't know why he's been re-signed, if that is in fact the case. They've obviously got some good forwards with Patrick Carrington and Payne Huss and the experience of Adam Reynolds, which will give them a good boost. But to me, my concern for them winning a premiership here is the hooker role. Billy Walters and Corey Pakes, to me, are not premiership winning hookers. They really need to look to sign someone, whether they can this year, probably not, but they need to find a star hooker to sign. If they do that, I think they're a premiership threat. But without it, it's question marks there, but I still think they should make the top 8. So in this one, even though I like the Broncos as a team, I still think Penrith can get up in this one, and I've got them to win by 8. So Penrith. So now we go to Saturday night football, the Seagulls and the Bulldogs. This is one of those ones that is Anthony Seibold the saviour, or is it going to be his career over as a coach? That's going to be the question mark. Everything looks rosy at the moment. We're going to find out if that is still the case after round 1. And to be fair, they're probably lucky they got the Bulldogs first up. They're given the opportunity to go out there and really make a statement here. If they don't make a statement and win, then there's big question marks about Manly for the season. Obviously, their trial form as well. Cooper Johnson's playing well with no Cherry Evans and Tom Trbojevic, and they're coming into the squad. It could be good. For me, Cooper Johns, I am tipping he could be number 6 all season. I don't think he will be there all season, but I think he could actually push Schuster out to second row again, because the way he's playing could suit the Manly side. If we're looking at the Bulldogs, well, obviously Steve Crichton has signed. It's a very good signing, Steve Crichton. They've done well with Reid Mahoney and Kikau obviously coming into the squad. But to me, their concern is whether they'll get the good service from their halves. Matt Burton has to get on another level. Can he be the man manager? Because I don't think Kyle Flanagan is. And Flanagan, can he get the ball out to the Addo-Cars and that to win the games? Because really last year, the only way they were looking like to score points is bombing up to Josh Addo-Carr for Matt Burton. So there's a lot of work to be done for the Bulldogs, to be fair. And Cameron Ciraldo, is he the man to do it? We will find out. But I've got question marks whether they will make the top 8. And question marks if they'll even make the top 12, to be honest. I still think they're missing a couple of key players to be a big... And the young backline, can they handle a full season? It's going to be an interesting one for them. Go on to the other Saturday night football game here. The Cowboys and the Raiders. Queensland. Yes, who's going to win this one? This could be a great game. The Cowboys had a great season last year, just falling at the last hurdle. Can they go to the next level next year? I think they can. They've got a very strong squad. It's just whether or not the Reece Robsons, the Reuben Cotters, the Nanais, Lukey when he comes back from injury, can they go to another level? That's going to be the next key for them. We know what Chad Townsend's going to bring. Can Tom Dearden go to another level? These are the players that really need to put it up. We know what Tom Malolo is going to give you. So it's just a matter of the other players are going to continue to step up. Can Cohen Hess get back to his best? That is another one that could help the squad be even better. On the Canberra Raiders side, they look pretty frail to me. Probably one of the worst backlines in the competition. They haven't got a fullback. Xavier Savage comes back, but he's no star as yet. He could be, but he's not at the moment. And obviously no Papali'i for round 1. Makes it, for me, very hard to think that the Raiders can win this game. I think this could be the biggest game of the round here. I think Cowboys could win by 14. Now, looking at the match of the round for me, the Sharks and the Rabbitohs, even without Nico Hines. Big loss. Obviously, if Nico Hines was there, I think this would be a clear-cut win for the Sharks. But without him there, it's going to be a tighter game. But looking at the squads here, 9 out of 11 wins last year for the Sharks. So they made it a fortress last year. Can they continue it this year? I'm expecting to. They've got a lot of depth, the Sharks, and having Wade Graham on the bench, who normally start on most teams, to me, suggests they've got a chance. They obviously have to improve what happened last year, but I think they will. And I think they'll be pushing to go close to a title this season if Nico Hines stays fit. And on the other side for the Rabbitohs, will Lachlan Ilias continue to rise up? That's going to be the question if they want to go from a team that always makes the preliminary final to a grand final. And they need Mitchell to fire in the finals. He went missing in the preliminary final. He needs to be the #1 player in the finals. He needs to be the best player on the field. So this game, to me, I look at it here, I don't think the bench is that strong for the Rabbitohs, to be honest, and that's why I think the Sharks will get this one by 7. If we look at the Sunday footy, the Dolphins make their debut against the Roosters. The Dolphins have signed well Wayne Bennett's men. In the forward pack, the journeymen, they're hard-nosed, consistent players, Mark Nicholas, Jesse Bromwich, Kafusi, Bromwich. They've got some very good signings there, but to me their backline is not up to standard. It's a solid backline, don't get me wrong. And Wayne Bennett could get the best out of them and prove a lot of us wrong, but I think they're going to struggle this season, and I think the best they can look at is maybe 13, 14 for mine. I don't see them getting any higher, but I don't think they'll get the wooden spoon either, because I think Wayne Bennett's teams won't get a wooden spoon. Looking at, but the Roosters, they're just star-studded, aren't they? Absolutely star-studded, the Roosters. You just have to sign them up. They're a very good team, the Roosters. No Joey Money for this game, but to be fair, if you look at the two sides put together, obviously made a big statement here, Wayne Bennett dropping Anthony Milford, but to be fair, his form is not up to standard. And will he play a game this season? That could be a bet. Do you think Anthony Milford will even play a game this season? He probably will because of the injuries, but to be honest, I don't know if he's going to be around much longer than a year or two, and his career will be over unless he goes to the Super League. But to me, with all that said, I think the Roosters will be too strong, and they should win by about 12. The final game of the round could be the most entertaining game of the round. The Tigers versus the Titans. An interesting season here. Jaden Campbell on the bench. You're kidding me? You're really kidding me that he's on the bench? I think he should be starting, but that's just another thought. They've got good signings, Sam Verrills and Kieran Foran. They will bring a hard-nosed thing to them. Can they go to that next level? Can they get the best out of Fafita? That's going to be the question marks all season. And if Justin Holbrook doesn't get it, then I think by the end of the season he will be gone. You look at the Tigers, obviously Api Coruscant is the big signing and brings the creativity back. Obviously Papali'i and Clemmer, that's going to be very good for the forward pack. Just going to be interesting to see. And Tommy Talau, he's a good player. Interesting to see. Hopefully he can stay fit all season. Injury prone, unfortunately, so far. But to me, I think the Tigers will get home by 1 in the top one. Thank you for watching the Barry Charles Footy Show. Remember to share this around and like it. And I'll see you at the next video.